Blitz.
Hello everyone, this is Mike with Bet Blitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Today's a new day and we are looking to set you up with a few of some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 450 likes, we'll be dropping bonus picks in our next video. So take a moment and hit that like button. Also, let us know down in the comment section which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, or any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. And if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to their group of top tier analysts when you use code BLITZ for 15% off, so make sure you guys go give them a look. Today we will be getting into the NBA's Wednesday slate of games, so take a moment and hit that like button. Again, if this video gets above 450 likes, we'll be dropping bonus picks in our next video. For our first pick, we'll be headed over to the 3-pointers made tab, and this time we'll be selecting Derrick White for less than 3.5 3-pointers made. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you'd like to try Outlier for yourself, click our link in the description below to gain a free 7-day trial. We see that this aligned Derrick White has actually failed to exceed in 7 of his last 10 games. Additionally, this aligned Derrick White has failed to exceed in 55% of his last 20 games, in 55% of the games he's played this season, as well as in 6 of his last 11 matchups versus the Miami Heat. Now, Derrick White and the Boston Celtics will be facing off against a Miami Heat defense that this season has been very average overall when it comes to defending the perimeter, giving up a fair share amount of 3-pointers overall to their opponents. However, when it comes to defending against opponents' shooting guards, the Miami Heat have been a lot much better defensively, especially in their rankings, not giving up too many 3-pointers per game to the position. Here's Miami's defensive numbers against opponents shooting small forwards for those of you guys who want to see that as well. But overall, we don't expect Derrick White to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Derrick White is getting a solid dose of minutes over his last 10 games, just above 35 minutes per game. However, Derrick White's shooting has not been at his best over his last 10 games, 33% 3-point shooting on over 10 attempts per game. He is in a little bit of a shooting slump, making just under 4 3-pointers made per game. And coming into this game with the Boston Celtics pretty much wrapping up, or rather locking up the second seed, we aren't expecting the Celtics to come out, play aggressive, and to reach their lines. On the season, Derrick White has been a solid 3-point shooter, 3.5 3-pointers made per game, just under 10 3-point attempts per game, 38% 3-point shooting. Again, he is in a little bit of a slump right now, shooting 33% from behind the arc. And while we do expect his 3-point shooting to improve a little bit closer to the playoffs as of right now, we aren't expecting him to come out aggressive and reach his line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Derrick White for less than 3.5 3-pointers made. Now for our next pick, we'll be headed over to the points plus assist tab, and this time we'll be selecting Karl-Anthony Towns for more than 25.5 points plus assists. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this line Karl-Anthony Towns has actually exceeded in 7 of his last 10 games. He has fallen short of this line in his previous last 2 games by a significant margin. We are expecting him to have a bit of a bounce back and go over this line. Now, he did just sit out last night's game. It was the first leg of a back-to-back. We are expecting him to play in this game and that he was resting up for this matchup. Additionally, this line Karl-Anthony Towns has exceeded in 60% of his last 20 games, as well as in near 60% of the games he's played this season. Now, Karl-Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks will be facing off against a Cleveland Cavaliers defense that this season has been pretty average overall when it comes to defending their opponent's points plus assists, giving up a fair share amount of points on the better side of the assist defensively, but still giving up a decent amount to their opponents overall. Now, when it comes to defending against opponents' centers, the Cavs are a lot better defensively, not allowing too many points or assists from their opponents overall. But when it comes to defending against opponent power forwards, it is a completely different story. The Cavaliers are giving up plenty of points as well as assists to the position. And coming into this game, rested up, we are expecting Karl-Anthony Towns to come out aggressive and to reach his line. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Karl-Anthony Towns is getting a solid dose of minutes per game over his last 10 games, over 34 minutes per game. And one of the things we do like about Karl-Anthony Towns is his high efficiency from the field. Over his last 10 games, 51% field goal shooting on over 18 attempts per game, shooting 45% from behind the arc, which is not just good for a big man, but solid overall, especially taking near 5 attempts per game over his last 10 games. Towns isn't much of a playmaker, but still 6 potential assists per game over his last 10 games. So overall, coming into this game, we are expecting Karl-Anthony Towns to have plenty of time as well as opportunity to reach this line. Now, in his career, Karl-Anthony Towns has been a solid scorer this season, no exception, over 24 points per game. He is giving us a nice little cushion for this line with 3 assists per game. And with all the injuries the Knicks have, especially Brunson being out, he is their primary focal point of their offense. And coming into this game against the number 1 seed, we are expecting Towns to come out, play aggressive, and to reach his line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Karl-Anthony Towns for more than 25.5 points plus assist. Now, for those of you wisely making picks with Underdog as well, we want to share with you a couple of plays that we thought had a great chance of hitting, and that is Karl-Anthony Towns for higher than 0.5 double-doubles, as well as Trae Young for higher than 0.5 double-doubles. And if you like making picks on the traditional PRA stats, but also want to have access to making picks on things like double-doubles as well as triple-doubles, click our link in the description below and sign up for Underdog using code BETBLITZ, because when you do, you'll receive a free pick as well as $1,000 in bonus cash. And right now, Underdog has been going absolutely insane with all the free picks, discounted player props, and promos that they're dropping as gifts in your lobby on a day-to-day basis. Make sure you guys go lock these in so you guys aren't leaving any money on the table. And again, if you guys aren't already on Underdog, sign up using code BETBLITZ, claim your free pick and bonus cash, and trust us, your profits will increase. Now for our third play, we'll again be under the points plus assist tab, but this time we like Zach LaVine for more than 23.5 points plus assist. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this aligned Zach LaVine has actually only exceeded in 3 of his last 10 games, so this pick may come as a surprise to some of you. However, this aligned Zach LaVine has actually exceeded in 55% of his last 20 games, as well as in 63% of the games he's played this season, and has gone well over this line in 2 of his last 3 matchups versus the Washington Wizards. Now, Zach LaVine and the Sacramento Kings will be facing off against a Washington Wizards defense that this season has been very awful, ranked near the bottom of the league in both points and assists allowed to their opponents overall. And when it comes to defending against the opponent's shooting guard position, the Wizards are pretty much just the same, ranked near the bottom of the league, giving up plenty of points as well as assists to the opponent's shooting guard position. Here is Washington's defensive numbers against opponent point guards for those of you who want to see that as well. Overall, coming into this game, we do expect Zach LaVine to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Zach LaVine is getting a solid dose of minutes over his last 10 games, over 35 minutes per game. And one of the things we really do like about Zach LaVine is his high efficiency from the field. His last 10 games, 50% field goal shooting on near 13 attempts per game. About half of them behind the arc where he is shooting 42% from 3, which is also very nice to see. Again, over his last 10 games, LaVine has also shown the ability to play make over his last 10 games, 7.5 potential assists per game. We would like to see this slightly higher for a point guard, however, still solid for Zach LaVine. He is a shooting guard, rather. On his career, Zach LaVine has been a solid scorer this season, near 23 points per game, and right under 5 assists per game as well, which will be a nice little cushion for this line. And coming into this game, teetering on the play-in tournament, fighting for positioning with the Phoenix Suns, we are expecting the Kings to come out aggressive and try their best to win this game and reach their lines. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Zach LaVine for more than 23.5 points plus assist. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 450 likes, we'll be dropping bonus picks in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. And again, if the picks in this video weren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the Outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to their top tier group of analysts for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. We thank you to all of our channel members, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.